Hi, this is Jeff, and we're taking this opportunity to share with you virtually the new releases for the month of May. We're going to start with Syrah, and this is a grape that historically has grown in the Rhone Valley of France, but also has quite an extensive history in Australia. I became introduced to Syrah while I was making the wines for Lohr back in 1990 through 1995. And at that time, the industry had just come off a wonderful success story with the varietal Merlot. Everybody was in love with Merlot. You have to remember 1995 was before the movie Sideways, which took a little of the glitter away from Merlot. But a lot of folks that were in the wine business and the grape business were looking for the next Merlot. What was the next red variety that was going to be the hot item in California? And a lot of people put their bets on Syrah. Lohr was one of them, and it was a tremendous education and opportunity for me to work with a new variety in the early 90s. In preparation for making Syrah, we tasted Syrahs from everywhere we could find. Some of the early California pioneers to the Australians, and of course the wines of the Rhone in France. And one of the things that we discovered, or that I felt I identified, was that there was two rather distinctive styles for Syrah. There was what I call an old world style, a European style of Syrah, and very terroir driven, has a lot of earthy, dusty, mineral, flinty, chalky aspects to the wine. And the other is what I call the New World style, because it was predominant in the wines from Australia. It was wonderful fruit, big, jammy, juicy, fruit-driven flavors. And while there was often an earthy, meaty edge to the wine, there was always a decidedly strong fruit component. So this wine fits very solidly in the New World style. There's going to be a lot of fruit, boysenberry, blackberry, dark fruits in the aroma. The wine is aged in some special barrels. The new barrels that we use for Syrah, and we use about 1/3 of the barrels for Syrah are new every year. And these barrels are special in that when they're produced, the bilge, the curve in the barrel, is created by heating the wood. The wood becomes more flexible as it gets warm, and they're able to draw the ends of the hoop of the staves together and put that head hoop on the barrel. And that heating is usually achieved by a fire at the base of the barrel. And so the interior of the barrel becomes toasted. And that'll impart some of the flavor into the wine. Usually just the first wine that's aged in that particular barrel. Well, we've asked our cooper, rather than to use oak in generating that fire, is to use hickory. And in the production of that barrel, to put a lid on the top of the barrel and keep the smoke inside of the barrel, so that hopefully it will seep into and become part of the flavor of the barrel, and ergo into the wine. So this has a subtleness and a subtly different character to the smoky nature that's coming from the time in the barrel. Syrah is, we go to Paso Robles. I went back to my friends, the folks that I had success with at Lohr, and purchased grapes from them. So while we still grow quite a bit of Syrah here in Amador County, we go to Paso Robles to source our Syrah. This is one of the few wines that we have that does not carry a vineyard designation. Typically our wines will tell you who the name of the vineyard and who the grower is. This is a blend of two different Syrah vineyards, and that is why it doesn't carry a vineyard designate. Bob Goodwin's vineyard, Silver Owl in Ranchita Canyon, and then Steve Carter's vineyard on the west side of Paso Robles at about 1,600 feet up Adelaide Road. Big, rich, full flavors, but big, juicy, jammy, succulent fruit. Good acidity, smooth, easy drinking character. I love this wine with braised meats. Margie does a wonderful job with pork, with different kinds of fruit sauces, and boy, that just, the fruit in the Syrah really brings those flavors out. So that's the one of the two selections for the wine club for May. The other is the Zinfandel, but that's the Syrah. Thanks.